A question for you. So you mentioned the deal that you did recently that was in Chicago.
Northwest Indiana.
Your VA in the Philippines, you're not lead manager, but it sounds like your acquisitions person actually got the property under contract, sent the electronic contract through.
That's our lead
REsimpli.
manager. So
Your lead manager did that.
Yeah, just for the background, my team structure right now is we used to have 6 people on our team, excluding myself, but we trimmed it down to 3 people right now just to kind of focus on, and that's what I'll go into today, just to kind of focus on things that are working. So I have my lead manager who's in Philippines. She's the one who's like putting leads on follow-up, drip campaigns, calling them, and then doing all sorts of things. And then I have my project manager who actually lives in California. So she's managing all the projects from California. Now, post-COVID, she's flying to Indiana like once every other month or once a quarter. So she's actually in Indiana right now, helping us build a relationship with contractors. And I have one local acquisition manager who lives in Indiana. So just for reference. And then we got rid of 3 people that we had in our team in Philippines, just to kind of focus on stuff that was working. So I just wanted to give you reference on that.
That's awesome. Thank you. That's because I'm building my team right now. I have my regular full-time assistant. She's just a general VA doing general administrative work. And then I'm adding a lead manager to my team next week. Actually, I'm working with a VA company called Rocket Station that I've been happy with so far. And so the idea is to use REsimpli to do exactly what you're describing, to build out the system so that the lead manager can take inbound calls and also make outbound calls and set up drip campaigns and ringless voicemail. A question I have for you. So with your acquisitions person, your lead manager, so if they get a contract and it closes, do you give them some sort of additional commission on top of what their base pay is, or how does that work?
Yeah, so my VA in Philippines, she gets $50 for every contract that we close on. It used to be 25, and then since she's the only person, we bumped it up to 50, and she gets paid about $5 an hour for 40 hours full time. And then the acquisition person, also listing agents, she makes good money on the listing side of the deals. But my project manager, so we do most of our deals, we close on them and then we'll rehab them. Now, moving forward, our first exit priority is going to be turnkey. And then she gets 10% off the net profit after we factor in our interest cost. So we use for interest cost, we use whatever our total all-in cost is. We do 1% monthly interest. So we have a spreadsheet, we put the numbers, and then it spits out what our net profit is after we sell the property. So she gets 10% of the profit only if our profit is more than 15,000. So anything less than 15,000, she doesn't make anything. Anything over 15,000, she gets 10% off the net profit that we have. So that's kind of the setup that we have. So everybody's kind of incentivized to do as many deals, as higher profit. And then the way I have set it up with my project manager is we have a separate bank account set up. I move money in the bank account. She makes all the payment. And then my bank account is linked within REsimpli. So we go and just look at the financials, just kind of see, what our total all-in cost is, how much money did we make. The interest cost is the one that we have to calculate separately because we're not taking loans on every single property. So, we might have a balloon loan against like 4 or 5 properties. So we're not allocating just not make it super complicated. But we'll just, use like 12% annual interest rate to calculate that. But yeah, so my acquisition person, she's getting the listing. My VA, she's getting $50 per deal. And then my project manager, she gets 10% only if our profit is at least 15,000 per deal.
Very cool. All right. Thank you.